Okay, gentlemen, sit down. Smoking lamps lit. Righto. Intel tells us that the Japanese have decided to send two task forces to the south. First task force is made up of carriers. We're not sure how many, but there's at least one fleet carrier, and there could be two or three light or escort carriers with them. They're the covering force for an invasion force which contains battleships and troops bound for Tulagi and Port Moresby. I'm glad to see that we have such a fine lot of naval aviators in our wonderful Navy. I'm just sorry that most of them aren't here, and I'm stuck with you lot. Our mission is to stop that invasion. If we don't, then we'll more than likely end up losing Australia. To put it frankly, the Australian Army is stuffed. What troops they do have that are trained and experienced are sitting in the Middle East or on their way to Singapore. Their navy is spread from arsehole to breakfast time across the Mediterranean, the Pacific, the Indian Ocean, and all parts in between. Their air force is... it's not a joke, no. The Air Force, fine body of men, most of their experienced people are again over in England, helping with the RAF or in the Middle East. What they have left on shore is simply outdated Hudson bombers, some what they call Wirraways, which are basically a Harvard. They've put a machine gun in the back of it, one or two machine guns in the wings, and they use it as a recon fighter bomber. But we don't need any laughs over that. These gentlemen are ready to sell their lives to protect their bloody country. So sit down and shut it. Okay, army-wise for them, what they have left again in Australia and in New Guinea is mainly militia or troops under training. Now, their militia is not supposed to be sent out of the country, but they've used a little bit of political finagling and said that since Papua New Guinea is a protectorate or territory of the Australian people, they can send them up there. The big trouble with that is the militia are not trained soldiers in any way, shape or form. They can march and that's about it. They've been basically sent up there to act as labourers, loading ships, unloading ships, building things, ripping things down and all the rest. So there is very little help from that side of things through no fault of their own. Aircraft-wise, from the Australians, we can expect, like I said, a couple of Hudsons, some Wirraways, and if we're lucky later in the campaign, maybe some PBYs that our boys will bring down. That's it. So at the moment, we have very little logistical backup for this situation. Now, to put the cherry on top, how shall we put it? Some very smart individual who probably got accommodation has decided that we don't talk about logistics anymore. What we now have is special operations points. Yes, yeah, I know, it's a bit like that. However, these SA points, they entail not only our logistics as in fuel, but also our ordnance that's available, and also our training. So things are going to be tight. We are going to be out there for 4 days. Not a very long time, but they've only allowed us 33 points. 33 special operations points. So again, our recon assets are going to be reduced due to a lack of fuel. Our ordnance is simply iron bombs and torpedoes. We do not have any rockets to use against smaller naval vessels or troop carriers, and we're not going to get any backup. So that's how things stand at the moment. Also, we will have Dad. Good old Dad is in charge of our task force with the Lady Lex and the Yorktown. Son, the young fella, is sitting back swilling bloody drinks in Pearl Harbor with the Enterprise because she needs a few repairs. It's the trouble when people scratch their ships. So it's just us. We will only have 3 squadrons with us total. Out of that, we have basically 1 squadron of F4Fs, 1 squadron of SBDs, and a half squadron, effectively, of Devastators. Righto, gentlemen, what I'll do now is introduce you all so you know who the hell you are and everybody else. Okay, at the back of the room, as usual, coming in slow and low, we have the Andy. She's supposed to be a skilled 8 sort of aviator, and a little bit cool and a bit gung-ho. Beside her is her only wingman, Hughesy. Now, Hughes, he's a fine young fella, but he is only a bit average, about 5, in fact, on a scale of 10. Bit young, but he's getting there. I have to say, though, with the SBDs, we have Black Shoe Benson. G'day. Mr. Benson here is a veteran. He has had more fights than he has had hot dinners. He hasn't won most of them, but he's had the fights. He's a veteran. 4. Great dive bomber. He's also a little bit cool and has a bit of a gung-ho attitude as well, but maybe that'll wear off. Here's 2IC, is Bearcat Davis. Again, average sort of fella, aren't you? Yeah, none of the backjack, son. He's a bit gung-ho, but he's picked up a bit of cool. To his left, we've got Walker. Bit green. But again, he's a bit cool and he's got a bit of gung-ho, so there's something going for him, if he survives long enough. And then we come to Lewis, the baby in the pack. A newbie. My God. If he survives his first battle, I'd be surprised. And that's the battle with the cockroaches on his way to the chow line. Okay, the fighter jocks. The guys who think that they know it all and can do it all. Righto. Mr. Casabelli is our squadron commander for the fighter squadron. He's a pretty skilled individual. He's got a bit of situational awareness. He thinks he's a bit cool as well. And he's a bit gung-ho. Why we keep using this American term for Marines, I don't know. Bloody Marines, gung-ho bullshit. You know that's a Chinese bloody thing anyway. It's not even American. Okay. Next we got Bill Regalo, average 4. Again, thinks he's a bit cool. He's a bit gung-ho. And he's a springy, agile sort of fella, so he should be able to zip and zap around the bloody Japs a little bit and hopefully keep out of the trouble. Buster Wiggins. I remember you from flight school, son. Yes, he's still green behind the bloody ears, wet behind the ears, and probably still dumb. What's that? Oh, you've grown up a bit. Okay, fair enough. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt this time. Foot. My God, if anybody was a couple of inches shorter of a foot, it'd be you. Yes, I know you think you're a bit cool because you're a fighter pilot, but you're still bloody green as well. Okay. You, Chris, I'm not even going to try and pronounce your surname. I would tie my tongue. See, I'm even tying my tongue in bloody knots right now trying to do it. Yeah, I know you're an average sort of bloke. Oh, God almighty. Campbell. Okay. Mr. Campbell comes from the Campbell soup family. Thinks he knows it all, and the rest. Thinks he's a bit cool. He's a bit gung-ho as well. But he's only an average bastard, aren't you, Campbell? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, gentlemen, so that's our whole kit and caboodle. You 12 buggers make up what is supposed to be 3 squadrons on 2 broken down carriers. And that's simply because we don't have the SO points to be able to take any more aircraft. They're needed elsewhere. There's been a little bit of a shindig that may be happening up Midway. We're not real sure, but we know that we lost the poor old bloody Marines at Wake. They did a bloody good job, but yeah, they're gone now. So that makes life a bit harder as well. It means that Pearls had to hold back some extra stuff just in case after we lost so much there. So, like I said, we have 4 days of this. 33 SO points to go through. And with that, we have already spent a total of 12. So we only have 21 SO points left to go. And because we have no recon assets, we're going to have to spend at least 3 SO points on the first day or two just to get aircraft into the air and try and find these bloody Japanese carriers. So, are there any questions? None? You're even stupider than I thought, you lot. Okay, draw your kit and briefing in half an hour. Okay. Righto, so I don't know if that's going to sound good or not, if it's worth it or not. Let me know. If not, I'll just go back to the g'day, welcome to Dad and Son, and we're going to play Corsair Leader by DVG. Yay! So the plan is to go through the 4 Navy campaigns. Battle of the Coral Sea, followed by Battle of Midway, Leyte Gulf, and then into Okinawa. And we'll see what the hell happens. So, Battle of the Coral Sea, 1942, US Navy, skilled. There are 8 targets in total. We have Wildcats, Dauntlesses and Devastators, as I've said. Any replacement pilots and newbies. All bandits are zeros, and I've removed all the extra aircraft, I think, from the counter mix. We have no special weapons, as I said, and it's 2 stress for each target. If we sink the fleet carrier target, which I think is target 36, we'll get an extra 2 VPs. Our recon is 0, our intel is no change, 33 SO points, like I said. And no, sorry Dan and friends, I'm not hanging shit on your SO points. But yeah, you could have just called it logistics. 4 days, and we need at least 12 victory points to be adequate. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one because naval targets are no fun at all. Righto, so we'll get into it. I hope that this is as enjoyable as usual, for me anyway. It's a normal setup. Got the campaign here, extra target cards, just some counters. Our bombs, torpedoes, damage, gung-ho, situational awareness. Event cards, target cards, and turn counter. Up the back, I've got the special sites, the normal bandits and land sites, naval sites, bombers, and as you saw before, the poor old bastards that are going out to try and fight this. If I have offended anybody in how I did the introduction, I'm terribly sorry. I know that a lot of these people are Kickstarters, and good on yous. I was a Kickstarter for this game, but I didn't have the funds to get my name on a card. So good on yous, well done, and I'm looking forward to using and abusing your characters for the rest of these missions. No, not really, but you know what I mean. Okay. Gentlemen, start your engines. We'll spend 3 SO points, taking us up to 15 used, and get our first target, which is a large dogfight. 6 zeros, -1 turn. So 6 zeros in 4 turns. And because we're right at the start of the Pacific Theatre of Operations, there are legendaries and veterans up the gazoo in there that I have to go against, with 1 skilled, 3 average, and 2 green pilots. Okay, so 2 VP. A recon is good. That'll save us some SO points, and an intel is on the way to a good start as well. However, there's 6 of them, and we can only take 4 aircraft. So let's have a look at what we've got. Okay. Let us determine our pilots. I'll shove them back a bit so it's a bit easier for you to see. Don't need the bombers at the moment. There you go. Okay. So we can only take 4 against 6. So, and this is not a gung-ho target, which is a pain. And 4 of our people have gung-hos. It's only the 2 greens that don't. I'm probably going to need to take at least 1 of them. Righto, Wiggins, I picked on you before, so you're in, mate. Yes, I remember you from flight school, yes. Or was it South? No, I don't know. It might have been Springfield. Chief Wiggins. Yeah, I know that's Wiggins. That's fine. Okay. So we've got Buster Wiggins. Is good. He's a +0 air-to-air, so you know it's not like he's got any negatives at all. I think I have to take our squadron commander, Casabelli, with his 1 situational awareness, fighter pilot and gung-ho. But even with his fighter pilot, he is my best air-to-air person, and he is at a +0 without the fighter pilot skill. Okay, so that's 2. Take 1 of the averages. Okay, so I hung shit on Chris. I'm sorry, Chris, I really can't pronounce your name. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Sag or what, and I'm not even sure, sorry, about your nickname, whether it's Ballot or Balut or something like that. So, Chris, you're Chris to me. Okay. Campbell, Soupy. Do I take you or Chris? Now, I hung shit on both of you, didn't I? You're both a -1 air-to-air, which means you're okay-ish against newbies. You're still at a negative against greens. Okay. I'm going to take you, Chris. And I am going to take... I've got to leave 1 relatively good one for next mission. So, Footy, you're coming with me as well. Okay, and that just leaves Campbell and Bill Regalo for next mission, maybe. Now, do I want to draw a second mission? Let me pause this and have a think. Okay, I've had a think, and I think realistically we have to. We've only got the 4 days, and there are missions that are not going to be successful, so I think even to just get the 12 is going to be pushing it a bit. So I'm going to spend another 3 SO points. Takes us to 18, leaving 15. And we're going to draw another target and see what we get. And we have a secondary, which is a naval with some sights and potentially 1 bandit. Okay, so we'll do that as a secondary. Okay, potentially 1 bandit. So I'm not going to take a fighter for this. We only need 2 hits on the target. I think what we'll do is we'll give young Lewis a bit of a go. So that, our little newbie. And I think to give him a little bit of backup, I think we will send off you, Mr. Benson, to give him a bit of help along the way. Righto. So that's about it. Let's get into this one. Okay, so we've just assigned our pilots. We'll arm our aircraft. For the first mission, there's nothing to arm them with. For the second mission, I'm going to give them a 1,000-pound bomb each. And that's their full weight allowance for the mission. Right. Draw the target bound event card. Keep this card, discard to roll, re-roll any die roll. Always a great card. Thank you very much. Place aircraft. I'm just going to come in from the southern approach here. Simple as that. Bandits. Okay. 6 zeros. And we can't have any... No bandits. So we've got, oh look, that. A veteran to start with, for 1. A average for 2. No bandits, no good. No bandit, no good. Another average. Another veteran. I can see us being in trouble already. No bandit. Another average. And lucky last is another veteran. So we have 3 veteran and 3 average. And we have a skilled, 2 greens, and an average. Okie dokie. That's the way the cookie crumble. Okay. Intel air defense, no. Over target event card is every time a pilot suffers stress, roll a die. 1 to 7 suffer no stress, 8 plus suffer stress as normal. Well, I think that's a damn fine idea myself. All I got to do is remember it. Okay, turn counter in the 1 box and we are ready to rock and roll. What I'm going to do is just bring this over to here so I can bring the dice box over. Oh, another no bandit trying to get away. Like that. Okay, dive bombers, no. Fast pilots, no. I have no fast pilots, okay, except for Casabelli with his situational awareness. Sights and bandits, no. Slow pilots, no. Aircraft move. So our 4 aircraft come up like that, and then they come down. Okay, now let's have a look at this. They are the objective, so they're actually not going to come out of there. Okay, bandits move. So I'm actually going to put this from turn 2 to turn 3 because we're -1 turn on this. Okay, so we go through the same thing again. Nobody can attack. We all move forward. Okay, so who do I want attacking whom? And I think if we put our other 3 guys... Yeah. So we'll put Wiggins on this average, Foot on this average, and Campbell, Chris on this one as well, like that. And Kaz will take on one of the veterans. Now, the reason for that is that there's a good chance if I went up against the veterans with any of them, the veterans are going to outmaneuver us by a bloody ton. This way, it stops them manoeuvring, and they only get to attack from a neutral position at the moment. It's the best I can hope for at the moment. Okay, so we are there. Okay, aircraft move, bandits move, turn counter. Wow. Okay, we're in turn 4. We have 2 turns left as such. Righto, fast pilot's attack. So Kaz is going to use his situational awareness. That way he can go fast and slow. Okay, so he is going to put this up here, over a bit. There we go. He's going to go for an in my sights because he needs to actually get more firepower on. Okay. Righto, here we go. So his maneuver is an in my sights. With that, he is a +1 for his fighter pilot, -2 for the veteran. So therefore, he is at a -1. So that's not a very good thing, is it? In fact, he's going to go for a tight turn. For a -1, he gets an 8. -1 is 7, is +1 position. So he would have got a +2 attack. This way it works out to be exactly the same thing. Sort of. Not really. Okay. So his attack roll is die 10, +1, +2 for being advantaged, -2 for the 0. So he's at a 0 and he needs an 8 for a kill. And he gets an 8. Well done, Kaz. 1 veteran down. Wow. Proud of you, son. Proud of you. Okay, next is the Japanese turn. So we'll do the engaged aircraft first and then the t'others. So against Wiggins, we have an average 0. So his maneuver is at a +1. He gets a 5, which is a yo-yo. No, yes it is, sorry. Okay, so he has a yo-yo and his success is at a +1 as well. He gets a 3 is a 4, which is -1 attack. So his attack is at 0. Now he has 5, 7, and 8 against Wiggins. Wiggy, wiggy, woo, woo. Okay. So the first thing that's going to happen is that Casabelli is now able to do a suppression, and he's going to try and suppress this attack. He needs an 8 or a 7 or better. Nope. So the attack will go ahead. So Buster's going to take 1 stress to evade. And this attack we said was for 0. He got a 1, so nothing else happens. Well done. Okay, that's done. Righto. Next we have Foot and his 1. So the 0 will maneuver for a +1. He gets a 10, of course. He's out of the sun. And again, for a +1, he gets a 3, which is -1 position, and he is now disadvantaged. Righto. Next one is Chris, and he's at a -1, so this maneuver for the 0 is at a +1 still. That's a 4, which is a tight turn, but the success is at a +2. And he gets a 9, which is +1 position, +1 attack. Okay, so again, I'm going to see if I can suppress that, and then I'll just put him back the way he was. So Kaz is going to suppress. He needs a 7 or better. Nope. So the attack will go ahead. Chris will take a stress to evade. And this attack is coming in for a +3. He has +1 for the 0, +1 for being advantaged, and another +1 because Chris is a -1 air to air. Okay, that's a 10 at least. Wow. Chris is going to use his gung-ho. Okay. So, now Casabelli cannot attack still because it's slow. So we have these two that can attack. And they can attack any and every one of these. So it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. It's going to be 1. So this guy's going after Kaz. And same again. 6, going after Foot. Righto. So I'm going to get I'm going to get Wiggins to try and suppress this one first. So he needs a 10 so that he can get an 8. No. I do see no, I don't see a 0 with it. No, it's okay. Righto, so this guy is at a +2 for his manoeuvre. So that's a 7, which is an in my sight. Sorry, a yo-yo. And then he is a +1 for the success. And that's a 6, which is +1 position, +1 attack. Right. So this attack will go in for +2, +3, +4. +2, +3 for being advantaged, -1 for fighter pilot, so it's still at +2. And again, Kaz will take a stress to evade. And we have a 3 +2 is 5, which is 1 stress. Okay. And now we have this one. So again, Wiggins is going to try and suppress it. So he needs a 10, and he does not. So the attack will go ahead. We have a +2 for the maneuver. We have again a 7, so we're in a yo-yo again. And now we have a footy. Yep, we're still in at a +2 for the success. That's an 8, which is +1 position, +1 attack. Like that. Okay. So this guy is attacking for +2, +3 for being advantaged, +4 for the extra attack. So Foot is going to take a stress to evade, +4. This could be dangerous. We have a 1 +4 is 5. Wow. So he takes his second stress. Okay. So following that, everybody has attacked at the moment. So in fact, what I should probably do is have this guy up here. He's advantage to him, and he's disadvantage to him, like that. That makes more sense. Righto. First up, Casabelli is going to go for a barrel roll because he needs to go to at least neutral. Okay, so it's a die 10. +1 for his fighter pilot skill. -2. So he's at a -1. And a 9 minus 1 is 8. And he is successful. And he gets to go to neutral. Then he can have a go. So again, same thing. He's going to shoot now, die 10, +1, -2, so he's at a -1. Bugger. Should have just gung-hoed him probably. Oh well, doesn't matter. Righto, Foot. Now Foot has a choice. He can try and down this guy, or he can try and disengage from this guy. What do I want to do? I think I need to kill him if I can. Okay, so Footy, my mate, you're in a pretty good position already, so I think you're going to go for an in my sights just to get more attacks. Yeah. Okay, so you are going for a 0, -1 for this. That's a -1 for the... and he gets a 0. My God. And it's -1 position. Okay, so this guy is now neutral to him. Oh well, it's worth a go. Righto, Chris, let's get this done. So die 10, +0, -1. So he needs a 9 or better to kill. Oh, it was a nice try, mate. Nice try. Okay. Now, Chris. Chris is at a -1 to start with. Which makes him a -2. Okay. So again, he's got to go for a barrel roll. There's not much else he can do. That's no. He's going to go for a tight turn. Okay. -2 on a tight turn. And that does nothing. So he just sits. Righto, so now Wiggins can have a go at someone. And it's going to be a neutral attack. Now, Wiggins is at a +0. So he'll either be attacking an average for a -1 or a veteran for a -2. And in all honesty, what he would probably do is go after this bloke who is advantaged against Foot. So he's going to be at a -2 for this attack. Okay, so he's got to get a 10. Oh, yeah, poo head. It was worth a try, though. Okay. So straight up, we know that this mission is going to be a failure because there's no way in the world that we can shoot down all 6 zeros now. We had to shoot down at least 2 of them this turn, and that failed. Okay, so turn 5. This is the only unengaged plane. He's advantaged, so that should stay. Okay, so it's them first. Let's just stick this down here like that. Okay, so we've got this one attacking Kaz first. So his maneuver is at a +2. And we have a 6. +2 is 8, which gives him a half loop. And then his success is at a +1. And we have a 7, which is +2 position. He is now tailing. Pooh. Okay, so this puts him now into a +2, +5, +4 because of Kaz. Yep, okay, a +4. Okay, so again, Kaz is going to take a stress to evade, +4. And he gets a 1 +4 and goes up to 4 stress. Wow. Okay, this guy against Wiggins, he's a +1 for his maneuver. So that's a 5, which is a yo-yo. He's at a +1 for the success. Again, a 5, which is -1 attack. So he's a +1, -1, so he is just straight up. Buster's going to evade, goes up to 2 stress. And gets a, thank God, gets a 2, so nothing happens. Right. Now we got this bugger. Okay, so he's at a +2 for his maneuver and gets a 6, which is a yo-yo. Success is at a 6, +2 as well. So we get a 3, which is -1 attack. Well, that's better than nothing. Okay, Foot is going to take a stress to evade. That's up to 3 stress, which is the top of his OK band. And this guy is -1 attack, so he's +2 for his attack, and that's all. Okay, so we get a 5, which is another stress. Okay, so it goes up to 4. And I've only just remembered that I'm supposed to be rolling to see if they get the stress or not. So once I finish this, I will roll off for this stress. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got this guy. So he is at a +1 for his maneuver. Oh, okay, he's out of the sun. He's for a +2 for the success due to Chris being a -1. And gets an 8, which gives him +2 attack. So his attack is at +4. So Chris is going to take a stress. Becomes average, goes to 2 stress. We're at a +4. And we get a 1 +4 is 5. He goes up to 3 stress. Talk about lucky. Okay, and then we have the average guy up the back here who will be attacking 2, 4, 6, 8. No, that's a 10. 7. Okay, so he is, again, let's bring this up. He's advantaged. He's neutral. Okay, so he's a +1 for his maneuver. A 6, which gives him a yo-yo. A +2 for the success. That's a 9, which is +2 position. Yay. So he is now tailing. And it's also +1 attack. So Chris is going to take a stress to evade. Goes up to 4 stress. And we are at +1, +3 is +4, +5. Yuck. This is not going to end well. And we have a 2 + 5 is 7, which is 2 stress and damaged. So he goes up to 6 stress. And he is damaged. Righto. So, our turn. Okie dokie. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll off all the stress first and see if they've taken any. Kaz has got 4 stress, so I'm going to roll 2 die. And we need 1s to 7s to remove stress. Okay, so that's 2 stress removed. And for his other 2, 4 stress removed. Yay! Okay, Wiggy has got 2 stress. And he keeps them both. Chris has got 4 stress. He keeps, 1 to 7's good, so he loses 2. He loses all 4. Or never actually got them, I should say. And Chris has got 6 stress. He keeps 2 of them. He loses 2. He loses 4, goes down to 2 stress. Wow. I love that card. I do. Okay. So now it's our turn. So we'll do Kaz first. So his manoeuvre choice has got to be barrel roll. So he can go from tailed to neutral. Now, the success of that is he is a 10 plus 1 minus 2, so he's at a -1 for the success of the manoeuvre.